All right, welcome to another episode of Piecing It Together, the podcast where we take a look at a new movie and try to figure out what movies might have inspired it. And today on the show, we are live from Maya Cinemas, where we watched and then talked about The Running Man, the new Edgar Wright version of the classic Stephen King story, which was adapted in the 80s with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And I had a great time with this movie. I'm recording this before the movie opens, and I'm really curious to see if this does well or if it's just like a big old flop. It's really hard to tell what's going to happen with it, but I had a great time with it. I had a great time talking about it with Steven Hughes, Carolyn Luckett, and Anthony Elias, and we get into a lot of great puzzle pieces over there at Maya Cinemas. So that's coming up here in a second. Before we get to it, I do want to remind you, as always, to make sure you are subscribed to Piecing It Together wherever you listen to podcasts. We just did a whole bunch of Film Quest Film Festival coverage, and now it's time to get back to some of the big movies coming out and some big movies that have already been out that we recorded episodes on that are waiting to get released. So we got a lot of podcasts on the way, so make sure you're subscribed. And with that said, let's talk about The Running Man. All right, so I'm David Rosen, the host of the Piecing It Together podcast. We are going to get into The Running Man, but first, I want to introduce my guests here. Carolyn, introduce yourself to everybody.
Hey everybody, I am Carolyn Luckett, stand-up comedian and movie fan. I've been doing comedy for 14 years as of November of this year. So, yeah, happy to be here. It's going to be quite the podcast today.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think we're going to have a lot of fun stuff to get into, and I'm very happy to have you here. So,
Thank you.
Anthony, how about you introduce yourself?
How's it going? My name is Anthony Elias, and I'm an actor, fight choreographer, and martial artist. I've been in this business for the past 15 years now, and also, again, I'm a movie enthusiast. I'm just happy to be here and just talk about it. I mean, so far, this movie was a banger in my eyes, and yeah.
Yeah. Also, happy to have someone on this panel that could possibly compete in The Running Man and survive. So,
I don't know. After what I just saw, I'm good.
Yeah, it's all yours, friend.
Steven, how about you introduce yourself?
Hey everyone, my name is Steven. I'm a movie lover. I'm 36 years old, so I've been a movie lover for 36 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, fan of the podcast as well. Second time on the panel, and I'm really excited to be here.
Absolutely, absolutely. So going into this, I was a little nervous because I really have felt like Edgar Wright has been kind of not living up to the potential of what he was doing in those first 4 or 5 movies, and his last few movies I just kept being let down. And then the idea of trying to remake Schwarzenegger movie. I mean, obviously there's a source material before the Schwarzenegger movie, but trying to remake any Schwarzenegger movie is a very tall task, regardless of how good it is. But yeah, I mean, my fears were pretty much all unfounded. I had a real blast with this movie. I was not expecting to at all, and I think it's going to be really fun to get into. But let's start off before we start getting into the puzzle pieces here. Let's go down the line. Fans of the original? Any of you guys? The original, the movie, or the book? Either way.
Both.
So I'll start. Actually, funny enough, I meant to watch the original with Arnold at some point this week, but then things just got so busy I didn't get a chance to. But now I'm actually glad that I didn't.
Yeah.
Just because I watched the movie for what it was. I had nothing to compare it to. Yeah, I actually didn't know that this was based on a book either. That's all absolutely new to me. And I didn't discover that Arnold did the original movie until maybe about a week ago. And
I wonder, is The Running Man one of his lesser known movies of that era? Steven, you're shaking your head. Yes, you think so?
Definitely one of the lesser known. It's also the one he has said he wanted to be remade because it didn't have the fandom.
Interesting. Yeah. And I mean, obviously, a lot of his movies are just absolute stone cold classics of that era of action. But yeah, I guess that one just did not really connect in the way that people thought it would. But
well, it wasn't the Terminator by any means.
No.
And this came out in 1987 after the Terminator.
Yeah.
And he even uses that iconic line, "I'll be back."
I was
in
so
the
shocked by that.
1987 version, which I find fascinating. I love Arnold. So
yeah,
big fan.
Oh yeah, me too. He's so much fun.
Fan myself. I mean, again, huge in a huge fan of like the 80s and like 90s action movies.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I said, I'm surprised that I've never heard of this because like I think I've watched like almost all of Arnold's stuff.
This one was
hiding.
hiding.
I did.
There's always something to discover. That's the beauty of movies. But Steven, you read the book just recently, right?
I did read the book. Just finished it this week. So it's written by Stephen King under his pseudonym Richard Bachman.
Mm-hmm.
The Richard Bachman books are supposed to be the ones that are too hardcore to go under Stephen King's name. And the book is pretty hardcore. I was wondering if they're going to have the balls to actually do the ending of the book. They only teased it in this movie.
Oh.
But it is much, much closer than the Arnold version.
Okay.
Which I love. It's pure 80s cheesy action. And that's my jam. I love that stuff.
Sure.
But yeah, this was fairly close to the book.
Okay. That's cool.
And one other issue with the Arnold version, Stephen King hated that movie.
I can see why.
That may have
very
led to
different.
it just not exploding, in the country because,
Yeah.
Stephen King hated it. He was the biggest name in books at the time in the 80s.
Yeah.
And yeah, he hated it. So
Well, he must love this, I would imagine.
He loves this one.
Yeah, it feels like it's like with his whole ethos of everything that he's like kind of, especially lately with where he's kind of at politically and everything like that. And like it feels like it fits perfectly in with everything.
Even then, when he wrote this book, he was a young father, had 2 kids. They were broke. He was pissed at the world. And so he wanted to make a satire where he could channel all his anger into this book.
That makes sense.
And the Arnold version, none of that came through.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, just 80s action and goofy as hell. But yeah, that's basically it. But let's start getting into some puzzle pieces here for anyone here who hasn't heard the show before. We talk about a movie through the lens of what might have inspired it. I mean, of course, we've got the original to talk about, but we'll go in some other directions as well and talk about some films that we think could have possibly been an influence on this. And I do feel like a lot of the films that might come up today are things that the original might have itself inspired in a way. And I'm going to go with my first one that I kept thinking about during this movie, and that is Mike Judge's Idiocracy, as far as how dumb things get in our society and how media and entertainment really help to kind of push that along and like feed us what to believe, what to think, and just numb our brains into the point of just doing whatever the hell they want. Idiocracy is filled with so many like ridiculous shows and stuff like that people are watching, and everything is like amped up to a like professional wrestling level of just insanity. And that's exactly what our future is here. And that is, like I said, as far as things that were inspired by the original and then in turn inspired this new one. The original Running Man was that way as well, so I think that probably was a big influence on Idiocracy. But anyone thinking about Idiocracy here as well?
Yeah, I was waiting for them to say when they were talking about the president of the United States, I was waiting for them to say President Camacho.
President Camacho, hell yeah. And Colman Domingo would have fit perfectly in with everything happening in Idiocracy.
You need to put Colman Domingo in everything.
True, he should be in every movie. Yeah,
he's absolutely great.
Yeah, he's the best. So let's go to one from you, Carolyn.
Oh, well, I was just going to mention it. This film had a very different feel than the 1987 film. And I think the fact that Stephen King was directly involved in moving this film forward with a very different outlook as opposed to Starsky and Hutch, who was the director of the 1987 version. It was, I mean, seriously, who would think he was involved, right?
Yeah.
But he was. And it's that underlying tone of good versus evil, of rich versus poor, of dystopia. There's a lot of underlying themes in this movie that need to be addressed.
No, there absolutely are. Are there any other movies that like you feel like dealt with those themes like better than the 80s one, but maybe, on par here, but anything like that?
Typically, any movie that has Antonio Banderas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm up.
That's my rule.
All right, let's go with Desperado. Why not? Yeah.
Perfect.
There we go. I'll take it. Absolutely.
Top 10 favorite.
It's so good, and he's so good. And I'm always up for Desperado. So, hell yeah. Let's go to one from you, Anthony.
watching this, I mean, there's actually a couple movies that come in mind, but yeah, watching this, it made me think of like the Truman Show, like an action version of it, just
Sure.
for the sole fact that, you know, one, like this guy's just being watched everywhere.
Yeah.
But then there's also like the aspect that in this movie, like the media manipulates everything.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
And so like even like what he's saying, it's like it kind of makes me also think too, like it's in a way like relatable today. Like now we have like AI just being able to like, you know, go ahead and manipulate. Manipulate, but also too like you can literally just put in a prompt and make anyone, you know, with an image freaking say anything. And it's
Yeah,
just,
the
like,
executive
it's
can
wild
just
to see that.
make it do whatever they want. And and just how fake and bullshit like reality television is, which the Truman Show was kind of a precursor for all of
Certainly.
what
Yeah.
became the popular, you know, entertainment of the last 20, 30 years, which is sickening and horrible and terrible and is very depressing.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And then like there's that concept too, like, you know, you just also can't even trust the people that you come across, and like it's either like they're in on it or they're completely innocent and then they become part of it anyways.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
like, damn, like no one's really safe
Yeah.
from the media essentially.
Never. Absolutely never. That's the message here.
Yeah.
I think we got to
And I
get
was gonna
into.
say, like another piece that it made me think of was also and again going into like the media controlling everything and essentially like the rich versus the poor, or this movie didn't really have that, but I mean I guess you could see how society is like manipulated by those in power. V for Vendetta.
Okay.
It
Yeah.
made me think of that as well.
Okay.
Well,
right
the
on.
entire reason he was out in this silly game in the first place was to have enough money to take care of his child who didn't have proper child care and insurance to take care of her illness. And isn't that what's really going on out there at the moment?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's why this movie, it's like, it's a tad on the nose at times, but at the same time, it's definitely of the moment, 100%.
And what's
you know?
funny is the book is actually set in 2025.
Really?
What
Yeah.
the hell?
There you go.
They
So
didn't
that's
mention
the
a year in the
future,
movie, but that
ladies
is
and gentlemen.
yeah, they didn't mention a year in this movie, but yeah, the book is set in 2025.
Wow.
Did Stephen King know?
Stephen King knew?
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah. Stephen, let's go to one from you over there.
So the first thing that came to mind was, you know, he was just like a normal everyday guy. John McClane, Die Hard. You know, he was a cop, but he was just a regular cop, and he wasn't a superhero. You know, he got hit. Ben Richards gets hit, he got hit.
Yeah.
And, you know, the entire movie of Die Hard, John McClane is reacting to everything.
Yeah.
Ben Richards is reacting to every single thing that happens in this movie.
Yeah.
And so it felt like we were watching John McClane.
He is kind of the new action hero. Like, there's no one else that really can like make a draw, and Glen Powell is just absolutely killing it as far as that's concerned. And you could totally see a world in which Bruce Willis would have been in
this
The Running Man.
movie.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he would have fit so well.
And it's funny because I was just telling him like it's amazing like how fast he has blown up like in recent years. And because I was telling him like I think the first time I ever saw him was a small little role in The Dark Knight Rises with Tom Hardy as Bane, and he just
Gets his
you know,
head
just
slammed
gets
into
slammed
the
into the
keyboard.
desk, and then next thing you know, this guy blows up out of nowhere in freaking Top Gun. I'm like, get the heck out of here! And then like now it's just awesome to like see him like continue like to flourish. And like looking at like some of the promos for this movie, like seeing Tom Cruise like show up at his premiere, and then of course him meeting with like Arnold and stuff. It's like, man, that's a passing of the torch. That's huge.
Yeah, and he's really showing up. Like,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think it's well deserved. I mean,
Yeah.
Glenn is he's just awesome all around.
Yeah.
And he looks good in a towel. Who are we kidding?
Yeah, that's
Let's be
absolutely-
honest here.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason he's in this movie.
Yeah.
The
Definitely gonna be
female
my gym
audience is
inspiration.
going to run and see this movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
My friend Will next to me said he's going to the gym tomorrow morning, like for sure after this. But,
Oh,
yeah.
boy.
I will go with The Matrix Resurrections for my next puzzle piece. That's the fourth one where they pull Warner Brothers into the mix and make some very meta commentary about the fact that they're even making another Matrix movie and how the powers that be are like kind of forcing it and all that kind of stuff. And this is almost that for Paramount in a way. Like it's like the studio is making this movie and telling us what to think, but don't fucking listen to the studio.
Right.
Don't make up your own mind and do it. Which is, of course, in itself a little, silly because they're who's putting the movie out. And if we show up to the theater and watch it, like they're making the money anyway. But it's a nice message. The message should be to not listen and make your own opinions and to not go along with all that stuff, because look where it gets us. Because like I said, in Idiocracy and like we see in The Running Man, I mean, it's just going to go further and further down the tubes. Yeah. So let's go to another one from you, Carolyn.
Another question, another answer. What would you like?
Another movie that you think could have possibly
oh my goodness.
inspired this.
I'm just thinking out loud here. Movies that are complementary to this.
Yeah. Anything with game shows, with one man against an entire freaking...
The show I'm thinking of is actually on Apple TV. It's not a movie necessarily.
That's fine.
But it's the morning show. And again, it deals with the media, and I'm a big fan of it. And it does show the behind the scenes of the interactions of people and what transpires and what shouldn't be going on, but does, and none of us really know about it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's a good pull, actually. And like that show just shows you how bullshit it all is, and how it's all just manipulated in a way that just whatever is going to get the ratings, that's all that matters.
And that's all that matters, exactly. And I see that flowing through this movie as well.
Yeah, no,
pretty much.
I think that's a good one, absolutely. Let's go to another one over there, Anthony.
Another one that it just made me think of too, considering like it's all about pleasing like the audience and stuff, like the people who are watching like the show, the Running Man show.
Yeah,
they're absolutely in on it, and like it's also kind of hard to tell, like, do they know that these people are like really dying, or is it scripted for them, or
right,
or are they aware that these are real people that are dying? They're actually like trying to fight and like survive. And it made me think of the Hunger Games.
Sure.
Hunger Games, yeah. And especially because like just how the stakes are, like it just continues to rise and rise and rise, and like again seeing how society like acts like towards it. It's just wow.
Yeah. These dystopian things, they're all kind of go back to Stephen King, I think. Like one way or another, they could all be traced back to Stephen King, whether it's Hunger Games, whether it's any of the other like major young adult dystopian things that kind of came in that era. They all could kind of come back to this and everything Stephen King. So definitely, I think that's a good one to include here. How about you, Stephen?
So something I've noticed in Glen Powell movies, he likes to go in disguise. So gonna go with a movie he actually co-wrote with Richard Linklater, Hitman. Again, another just everyday regular person who ends up going in disguises to help the police to track down criminals. And with the disguises he was trying to do, I mean, with the executive and the priest and everything, it just... I think that's like Glen Powell's trademark. It's going in disguises in his movies.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Because I didn't even think about Hitman, but you're right. Like, disguises seems to be his shtick. Like, I wonder if we're going to see that more in more movies from him.
He's in a current TV show.
That's true. Yeah,
where he goes in disguise.
Huh.
Wow.
So
I feel like he brought that specifically to this movie. While that was in the book, going in different disguises.
Yeah.
I felt like he's like, yeah, we're doing this. Edgar, I don't care what you say. We're doing this.
Right on. Right on. Well, I thought for sure Anthony was going to bring this one up, but I was thinking of Judge Dredd as far as Stallone stuff.
You know what? I was going to say, damn, that's actually pretty good too.
Yeah.
I can see that a lot.
This world of the future and just all the like the silly little things that like have kind of, like, does any of this stuff help people? Like the when they're buying the train ticket or whatever, and like the girl's on the screen and she's like speaking, and it's all very realistic, but it's an AI thing. Like that feels like something you would see in like Judge Dredd or something like that.
Like Judge Dredd, or even
the Carl Urban Dredd.
Yeah, Dredd is awesome too.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that, or even like iRobot.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, that too. Like
yeah, any
world.
futuristic world where it's just like, who wants this?
Right.
Who wants
What
any
about
of these things?
Demolition Man
Yes, or Demolition Man.
with Stallone? I
Yes.
mean, that's a favorite of mine.
Yeah.
And,
Great one.
you know, again, campy, but very underlying strong meanings.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, and that goes right along with Judge Dredd and Demolition Man. They both go so well together. And he was in that very specific sci-fi moment there, I guess, Stallone was. But
Absolutely.
so we got a couple over here. So let's go to one more from Steven, and then we'll open up to the floor.
All right, so I'm just going to do two quick ones real quick.
Sure.
First one, Minority Report.
Oh, that I feel like that goes along with those too.
Yeah.
It's like all in
Exactly.
that stew of that like kind of future sci-fi. Yeah.
Yep. And then the other one is actually a very recent watch for me, as in last week was my first time watching this movie, Hard Boiled, with the indiscriminate shooting of everyone. Like, in this movie, they did not give a shit who they shot
Yeah.
and killed. And that was same with Hard Boiled. I felt like every single person that was in that movie, bystanders, whatever, got shot.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. I love that. Hard Boiled's so awesome. And
Yeah.
and I love how there's kind of like a score tally here because of the money going up. So they should have that. Okay, so before we open it up to the floor, my biggest criticism of this movie is the fact that it doesn't feel that much like Edgar Wright's good. Like this is my favorite Edgar Wright movie in quite a while, but it doesn't feel like an Edgar Wright movie. That score tally should have been coming up more often. There should have been more like embellishments and all
It
kinds
should
of.
have, but the needle drops and everything.
The music was good. Yeah.
That reminded me of Edgar Wright.
Yeah. That's the only time I got like any of that. Like really, like the chase scene should have been more kinetic. Like there should have been more of just that energy of what he brought to things like Baby Driver, to things like Hot Fuzz, even though it's a comedy, to,
Yeah.
like it should have just been more over the top. And Scott Pilgrim, speaking of the scores going up. But yeah, that's my biggest qualm with the film. But let's open it up to the floor and see if we got any puzzle pieces out here. Did anybody think of anything else that we haven't brought up yet? Any movies that just reminded them of, or they thought this could have been inspired by in some way?
Reminded me a little bit of that Michael Douglas movie, Falling Down, or Ordinary Guy, and he's railing against all the injustices in society.
Falling Down is absolutely like the dark version, but absolutely though, like yeah, because everything, society has just kind of left him behind, and he's screwed basically, and he's got nothing to live for. And in this case, he takes on this fun, super over the top sci-fi game situation, whereas in Falling Down, things go south quick. but yeah, no, definitely that's a good one to include here. Did anybody else think of anything here? Any puzzle pieces? Anybody got anything? All right here.
I was going to go with Total Recall, the 2012 version, because it is a remake of an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie.
Hey, there you go. Yeah.
The plane crash towards the end does like the anti-grav thing, like the fall that they have in that movie. Also, Network,
Oh yeah.
Sure.
That's a
Okay.
classic.
where they just like use the media to commandeer the anger of the people and turn it into ratings. And I guess Surviving the Game with Ice-T. Because I want to go far left field for crappy movies that you like, Dave.
Yeah, I would love Surviving. I'm sure I saw it back in high school, but it's been a long time. Oh, Ice-T, underrated actor, and made some great movies back then. So yeah, I should rewatch Surviving the Game one of these days.
Practically homeless. He's down on his luck. He gets suckered into this deal that puts his life at risk. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. But this really is kind of like Total Recall meets Network. In a way, like those are kind of like two really good ones that you can just put right together, and you get this movie right here. So yeah, those are some good ones right there. Any more before we close it up and get into some final thoughts here? Anybody else? Going once, going twice? All right. So closing thoughts. Anything else you wanted to mention? Let's start with you, Carolyn.
I don't know. As a woman watching this, I think there was a lot of testosterone in this movie.
Oh yeah.
It could have used more female flair other than what was represented.
More Katie O'Brien.
Yeah.
More of something, but I don't know. I just felt outnumbered by the males in the movie, but that's typical for a female comedian to feel outnumbered by the males.
I'm sure.
I love the idea that good over evil, basically winning out. And in the 1987 version, it was set in 2017, which was supposed to be the past, and it clearly is the past now. But in 1987, it was the future. So it's just kind of ironic that Stephen King would write something set in 2025.
Yeah.
And it parallels a lot of things that are actually transpiring right now.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And it was definitely on the pulse. And like the Long Walk, which came out earlier this year, is also like very, very of the moment, but was written decades ago. But yeah.
That's an amazing movie.
Yeah. Well,
and I think I want to get a shirt made that says "Stop filming me." I think that's what I'm going to go. That's my takeaway from this whole night.
Hell
Stop
yeah.
filming me.
I actually,
There you go.
Glen Powell was in Twisters, and I made a T-shirt that says "I survived Twisters in 4DX." It sold a bunch of copies online. But we got a shout out about Katie O'Brien, which I agree. They should have spent more time with the other characters, especially Kitty O'Brien. I love the idea
Absolutely,
that she's so stupid but just kind of lucky, and like she's just surviving for
Aren't
no
most
good reason.
women that way, though?
Yeah, sure. There we go.
Don't agree to that.
No, I actually was hoping for a little bit more screen time, like with Katie, just because she's an amazing actress. as
Sure.
well.
She's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Love Lies Bleeding.
Oh,
Yes,
great.
I was gonna say, she's absolutely phenomenal in that. And also she's another one that I kind of see like she's definitely going to come up.
Yeah.
For me, I'm a huge DC fan, and to me, I think she has the potential to be the next Wonder Woman. That's just my opinion.
Oh,
Ed?
no.
No?
Stay with the girl that's Jewish. She's off.
Oh, yeah, no, I was like, also no, she's absolutely phenomenal. That's definitely going
She's
to be a hard.
beautiful.
She's
Yeah.
absolutely that's absolutely going to be a hard like bar to like pass up. But
She can't.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Well, Steven, how about you? Any closing thoughts?
Yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. Enjoyed the Arnold movie. Enjoyed the book. So any version of Running Man is good.
There you go. Absolutely. Yeah, I like I said at the beginning, I was surprised with how much I liked it because I just I didn't get much out of the trailers, and like I said, I was kind of down on Edgar Wright. And even though this doesn't feel very Edgar Wright-ish, it was Glen Powell-ish, and he's just awesome. Like he really can command a big blockbuster action movie, and you don't get movies quite this big that aren't superhero movies anymore.
And I was gonna say, because you were mentioning too, like this basically is kind of like Die Hard.
Yeah.
Like he himself is just like an average like guy who is just trying to survive this whole entire thing, and not to hate on it. Obviously these movies are absolutely great, but like it's ever since like John Wick like came out, a lot of movies have been trying to like replicate that, or I should even say even before that, like ever since like the Bourne movies. Everyone's been trying to like replicate that, like that kind of action style.
Yeah.
And it's actually kind of nice to see like how they perform the action in this movie. Again, just making him as this average guy. Like anyone in the audience could look at this movie and be like, yo, that like they could compare themselves and like, damn, like that was me. Like I don't even know what I would do.
Yeah.
In that whole entire situation. So it's nice to to kind of see them do something a little bit different.
Yeah.
Than like again the Bourne movies, the John Wicks, all that stuff. To me, it was just like it's a nice like little, I don't want to say fresh, but a nod back to like the Die Hard stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. Back to the Die Hard when every man could possibly die in any given scene, but they keep surviving, and that's what we love to see. So
Yeah.
And we need a reason to come back to the movies.
yeah.
We do.
That.
And this movie
That.
may be the catalyst for that.
I hope so, because quite frankly, all we got is Avatar to look forward to as far as big blockbusters. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And I was gonna say, not streaming. It's whatever. It's convenient and all, but like again, as we all are, we stated already, we're all movie enthusiasts.
Yes.
And there's nothing like getting your ticket, grabbing your popcorn, grabbing your soda, and like sitting in a dark room with a big screen and just enjoying cinema, that cinematic experience.
And if you want a future of movies, you got to support movies. And like, if we're all just streaming everything, it's not generating anything. So
No, not at all.
go to the movies, everybody. Let's get to some plugs. Carolyn, where can people find you and everything you're up to?
Oh, wow. You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok. I'm Krabby Lion Lady on TikTok. Basically, everywhere in LA, I do shows. I'm back and forth at the LA Comedy Club here in Vegas, at Wise Guys. And on some weekends, you can find me at Target.
Excellent. Anthony, how about you?
Well, you can definitely catch me, like all my work on YouTube at Anthony Elias, and you can also catch me on Instagram, which is where I'm mainly active, at Welcome to the New Age. And yeah, you get to see me and beat up some people, get beat up, and yeah, that's what I do.
Is there money involved?
There are times where it is. Sometimes
Where we can make bets.
make bets.
Yeah, this is Las Vegas.
I mean, that's absolutely true. Yeah, for sure.
Can we pay to have Carolyn beat you up?
Hey,
money's on me, friends.
Yes.
Money's
I
on
was
me.
gonna say we can definitely go ahead and talk a deal.
All right. Steven, how about you? Anything you want to plug?
You can find me on Instagram at j2h.life. And yeah, not really doing anything apart from my full-time job working sports technology. So.
Absolutely. Well, right on. Thank you so much to Maya Cinemas for having us out. We'll be back at Downtown Cinemas next Thursday for Sisu 2, which I'm so excited for. Speaking of explosions, we're going to get a lot more explosions next week. But thank you, everyone, for coming out tonight. That's our show.
Hi, this is Wax Trax Records here on 2909 South Decatur. We buy all your old 45s, your old albums, any type of music memorabilia. Also, we sell music memorabilia, albums, CDs, and a lot. Come on down to Wax Trax, 2909 South Decatur, or give me a call at 702-362-4300. Thank you very much.
All right, so I hope you enjoyed that conversation about The Running Man. Thank you to Steven Hughes, Anthony Elias, and Carolyn Luckett for joining me on that one. Thank you to Maya Cinemas for having us out. Thank you to everyone who showed up to Maya Cinemas. Support movie theaters. Go to the movies. Especially come watch movies with us at our live shows, which, speaking of which, we've got one at Downtown Cinemas coming up this week on Sisu 2, which you can... Actually, I think at this point, when this goes up, you'll have missed your chance to enter to win tickets. But you should have already entered to win tickets. Always check piecingpod.com to find out if we've got a live show coming up that you can enter to win tickets for. But go to the movies. That's my point here. Also, thank you to you for listening. I haven't said that yet. Thank you to everyone out there listening to the show. I really appreciate you all being out there. And let's see, what other housekeeping do we got to do today? Remember, we have a Patreon, the Produced by David Rosen Patreon, where I post bonus and advanced content, including bonus content, which sometimes is video versions of these podcasts, and there is a video version of The Running Man on the Patreon. Lots of great stuff over there. Early access to episodes, also stuff from Awesome Movie Year and from my music career. It's patreon.com/bydavidrosen. You are supporting the show just by listening, but you could also support the show by sharing, by commenting, by hitting 5 stars on Apple Podcasts, wherever you're listening, and by signing up for the Patreon. All those things are awesome. All those things help to make sure more people check out the show, and we can continue to do all kinds of cool things like these live shows. So to close this out, well, I was going to go with Runnin' from the Pup Pups last album, 3 Chords in the Pooch, because Harvey was my little running man. But we have a new album coming out, a 6th Pup Pups album. And if you're listening to this on Monday, November 17th, the day that it comes out, the deadline was yesterday, but I'm going to leave it open today because I know that I'm not going to actually start recording until tomorrow. So today is officially the last day. If you want to get your pet included on the special bonus song for the new The Pup Pups album, Pup Pup Radio, you gotta get your pre-order in today, or you got to share a video of your pet playing with one of your favorite Pup songs playing in the background, and use the hashtag #PupPupRadio. And if you do one of those two things today, order the album or do the video, you will get your pet included on the bonus song. You also, of course, have to send me your pet's information. Send me your pet's name and a photo to get included on this bonus song that I will be recording tomorrow to finish up the album. So today's the last day to do it. And you know what? Actually, I was going to play a song from the new album because I'm promoting the new album, but you know what? Runnin' is too perfect. So let's just go with Runnin' from the last Pups album, just because it makes a lot of sense for the Runnin' Man. So let's celebrate that little Runnin' Man, Harvey, and go at Runnin' from 3 Chords and the Pooch. Maybe this will be the song that you use in your video of your pooch to get qualified to be included on the bonus song. I am rambling. Let's play the song, and we'll be back with more Piecing It Together real soon.
My days of running might be done, or so it seems. But you know I keep on running in my dreams, hey. Running in my dreams, running in my dreams. You should've seen me then, little different than I am now. I'd be flying through the air, but now I'm just laying on the couch. Take me to the dog park, no one was quite as fast as me. But you know that I'm just as fast as I'm supposed to be. Running in my dreams, running in my dreams. My days of running might be done, or so it seems. But you know I keep on running in my dreams, running in my dreams, yeah. Keep running in my dreams, running in my dreams. Remember me and my tennis ball, I chased it to the end of the line. Running like a train on fire, it could really blow your mind. Running through the rainy days, lightning and even thunder. I never stop and I never will, baby, speed is just a number. Running in my dreams, yeah. Running in my dreams. My days of running might be done, so it seems. But you know I keep on running in my dreams, running in my dreams, yeah. Running in my dreams, yeah. My days of running might be done, so it seems. But you know I keep on running in my dreams, running in my dreams, yeah. Running in my dreams, yeah. My days of running might be done, so it seems. But you know I keep on running in my dreams,
An All Points West production, produced by David Rosen in Las Vegas.